You're tuned in to Love Talk with Angel Dion, where we have real conversations, real healing, and real love. Welcome to Love Talk. Hey, everybody, I am Angel Thomas and I am your host. This is our last episode of Love Talk for the year, and I'm so excited because we are joined by Derenique, who is going to give us just some words, some insight. And I know you're going to leave us on a high because you always do. Now,
Thank you, thank
before
you.
we get started with Love Talk today, I want to do a rapid fire. Every time I come on Love Talk, we do a
Uh-oh.
rapid fire. I ask some questions. You don't think too deep into it before we jump into
Okay.
our conversation and just answer quick, okay?
Okay.
So, rapid fire. Let's see. What's one word that describes where you are on your healing journey?
Graceful.
Mm. Let's see. What's your comfort food?
Snickers.
Oh, okay. What song instantly uplifts your spirit?
Smile, Kurt Franklin.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's do two more. What's a dream you're currently working on?
A dream that I'm currently working on is I'm gonna get into it a little bit later, but it's basically bridging the gap with education and social media.
And you are so good with social media. We definitely gonna get into that conversation later. And the last question: what is one thing younger you needed to hear?
Younger me needed to hear let it go. Let it go, girl.
Oh, I like that one. I like that
Mm-hmm.
one. So that leads us into our conversation for the evening. For everybody tuning into Love Talk, welcome. If you're new here, this is Love Talk where we have real conversations, real healing, and real love. Again, I'm Angel Dion and I am your host. And if you're returning, welcome back to Love Talk. So this month on Love Talk, we are talking about reclaiming your peace. Now, we had previous conversations on Love Talk for the month of December, and we're ending it with this episode for the year of reflection, renewal, and intentionally choosing the woman you're becoming. Now, I
Girl.
really, really love this topic because I've been thinking to myself, okay, Angel, what do you or what woman, what traits, what who do you want to be in 2026? That's the question that I've been asking myself for the past week. What woman do you want to be in 2026? What does it take to get to that, to become that woman? And what does it take to maintain that woman? So I came up with a couple characteristics. One is God
Okay.
fearing. I want to be God fearing. I want to be, what else did I say? I want to be consistent. I want to be confident. I want to be physically fit. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to be well spoken. And I said, okay, so I always come up with things that I want to do,
Okay.
but my problem is, now I don't want to say my problem. My problem is I don't maintain those things. So now I know what I want, and I have to figure out how I'm going to maintain that. Okay, I want to be well spoken. So how do I get there? I can read more books. I can get off of social media, read more books, learn more words, well spoken. Okay, so I want to ask you this question as we begin this conversation. What woman do you want to be in 2026?
2026, I want to be fearless. That's my thing. In 2026, I want to be fearless. I have like a lot of ideas always like festering in my head. And sometimes I talk myself out of stuff. Um, so 2026 it's gonna look like your girl is over here doing it because anything that comes to my brain, I'm literally putting feet to the ground and I'm standing on whatever I start out doing. So yeah, I just want to be fearless. I just want to trust God and wherever He lead me, and in whatever boxing ring I end up in, I won't be right. I want to be ready to fight.
Now let me ask you, do you feel like you're not fearless now? Because when I look at you, I get fearless from you, especially like as
So
the
that's
educator.
intentional.
Okay, okay, let's talk about it.
That's
Let's talk about
intentional.
it.
Um, so fearless was my word for 2025 as well.
Mhm.
Um, Teacher Davis, social media. really took off in 2025. Um, but that's because I said I want to be fearless. Like I will always tell my friends, like my friends that you see in all of my videos, I will always tell them all of these different ideas. And then this one friend would be like, well, just do it, just do it, just do it. And so I just started doing it. And yes, you see fearless from me, but people don't see the inner you when you actually scared. And
Yes.
like I was actually nervous to come on here today. I do this every day, but I also tell my students, like, I'm nervous when I talk in front of y'all just don't know it. Because I want to come off as confident, and I want to come off like I know what I'm doing. But I want it's going up this year. 2026
Yes.
is going up.
Yes. I love that. And I love that you talk about how we don't see those moments where you're not feeling like, where you have that fear. And I love
Mm-hmm.
that because even though you have that, you're still doing it. And one thing I always encourage and I always tell anybody is do it scared, because
Yeah.
it's so easy to get so caught up in our heads that we miss the mark, we miss the opportunity, and we miss what God has planned for us. So I definitely want
Mm-hmm.
to tell you to just keep showing up because we see it. So let me ask you a question. What has this year revealed to you about your strength?
Um, what has this year revealed to me about my strengths? Uh, the one thing when you just said that came to mind is a few people have told me this over the last few weeks, is that it's not on you, it's in you.
Mm.
So what this year has revealed to me is it's in me. I don't have to show up as nobody else. I can authentically show up as myself. I can enter a room as Darren Davis and leave that room as Darren Davis, elevated, not feeling no, uncomfortable. Um, this year has revealed to me that I'm everything that I thought I was.
Yes.
This year showed me that just believe in myself. This year really it was really a confident booster for me this year. This year has been crazy for me.
So let me ask you. So when you have those moments where you aren't feeling like her, or you say it's already in you, and when you have those moments of self doubt or self sabotage or whatever those moments may be, what do you do to pick yourself up?
Um, so I believe in community. I believe in the village. So anytime that I need prayer, I got a friend to go to for that. Anytime I need to budget right, I got a brother to go to for that. Anytime I need help with educational things, I have a friend to go to for that. So in my seasons, I really believe that my life happened in seasons. So in my season, um when I'm sitting back thinking about what I'm about to endure for the next 3 months, I may text my friend who is deep in her Bible and say, listen, I'm gonna need you in the next couple of months because this is what I'm coming up on. So I just believe in like really utilizing my friends. I don't have friends just to call them friends. Girl, I need you. Help me, help me, help me.
That community. That community is so important. And one thing you talked about was teacher Davis. Now you
Mhm.
wear many hats. You're a mom, you're a teacher, you're a coach, an advocate, a leader, all type of things. So how do you personally define peace right now when you carry so many hats or wear so many hats?
Um, that's something that I really had to sit with. Um, because peace to me is just clarity.
Mm.
So um when I am in chaos, it's because I'm overthinking about something that I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe Angel knows. And because
Mm-hmm.
I may think it's gonna cause conflict between me and Angel, um, sometime I may not ask, and I would let those thoughts kind of foster in my head. But peace, when I think about peace, if me and Angel have a disagreement, I can just go to Angel and say, hey, this is how I feel, this is what it is, and I get it up off of me. So peace for me is just clarity. um and seeing situations clear, being my conscience clear.
Oh, peace is clarity. That's a big. We need to make a
Yeah.
T-shirt. You need to make a T-shirt.
Peace is
Peace is clarity.
clarity.
Yes, yes. And for
Yes.
anybody just tuning in, you're tuning into Love Talk. Today we're talking about reclaiming your peace for 2026. We're talking about reflection, renewal, and intentionally choosing the woman who you're becoming in 2026. So let's talk about peace, purpose, and leadership. So, as someone, like I said, who leads you, you lead community, you lead kids, you have your own kids, especially your and the car family, you
Okay.
have a lot that you have going on. So, what have you learned about protecting your peace um, while still showing up fully for others?
Um, what have I learned about protecting my peace while still showing up for others? I've learned that um in order to show up for others, I have to show up for myself.
Yes.
So it's nothing like pouring into my own glass to pour into other glasses because I can't pour into you if I'm empty. And so that's something big that I've kind of taken on this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because I would run around crazy. My kids could tell you, like they would be like, Miss Davis at 9 o'clock. I need a binder and some dividers at for 9:30 for my class at 9:30. And I would run around and find them binders and dividers and whatever else they need. But I just think that showing up, showing up, and then pouring into myself helped me continue to pour into others. And when I say pour into myself, it doesn't take a lot for me to pour into me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a massage girly. I'm gonna go get a
Okay.
massage real quick if I'm feeling tense in the shoulders, or I
Mm-hmm.
might go running if I feel like my thoughts are overflowing. So I have little simple things that keep me intact, just so I can be intact. Because as soon as I step in the car, it's always Teacher Davis, Teacher Davis. And then as soon as I step home, it's mommy, mommy, mommy. So just in order to be whole for everybody else, I just make sure that I'm showing myself some love, doing that self-care that I need, and really just pouring into myself.
I love that. And I was going to ask you, what do you do support to yourself? But you answered that one. But let's talk about Teacher Davis some more because Teacher Davis shows up. Okay.
Teacher Davis
And
shows up.
I love your consistency with social media. You giving us, I feel like you're giving us the ins and outs. And one thing I really, really love, and I can just tell through the screen, the impact that you have on your students.
Mhm,
And you can just tell, like it's just I can see it,
mhm,
just from them coming, they trying to show how they look in the camera, you
mhm,
telling them, hold your head up, fix this, tuck your shirt, and you're being that educated, but you're also being that individual that they're gonna remember. Because I can remember teachers who from years ago who just left
mhm.
that mark on me, and that's you, just from what I'm seeing from Teacher Davis. So how was Teacher Davis birth?
Um,
Because it's a brand. Let me just say, because it's a brand.
Teacher Davis is definitely a brand right now. So it's funny. When I think about Teacher Davis, this is my Teacher Davis merch that's coming out. It says inspire students, impact lives, influence a generation. So Teacher Davis was birthed when the car moved from 3332 Huntley to 4400 Genomaya. So the first
Mm-hmm.
couple of years when we moved over there, a lot of people don't know these things, but the first couple of years when we moved over there, the walls were gray. We couldn't put anything on the walls. Like for the first 2 or 3 years we were there, and it lacked culture. But
Mm-hmm.
with me being the Etna Card grad, I know how big like our culture is, and it just was not there. And one year I was just like, I think it was the beginning of 2024, the summer of 2024, I was like, I think I want to be a TikTok teacher. And so I
Yes.
kind of explored that a little bit. And it took off a little bit
Mm-hmm.
until I kind of found my way around things. And that's just how it was birthed. It's just car lacked culture when we moved into our new building. And by me being, I think I was about 10 years out of high school at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 10 years out of high school at that point, I just knew how big of an impact that car had on my life. And so I wanted to show like all of the cool things that we do, all of like the love that they really get for real.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Tisha Davis was birthed at, but the kids kind of keep me thriving right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let's talk more about that. So I graduated from CAR too. I'm 12. You like '09, right?
2009, yep.
2009. Let's talk about the impact that CAR has had on your life. And then I want to talk about the impact that you're making on the kids' life.
Um, I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader in high school and college. Um, but I was always very social, and I was always very like, hey y'all. I can mix in with any kind of crowd. Um, but I learned that from Carr. Like Carr taught me not to be like afraid to like step in a room. Carr told me like I deserved to be in every room I was in. And I believe that. I carried that with me like throughout my life. So even when my students are like, you always look so confident, and they don't know that maybe I had a bad morning, or maybe, something in my life is happening. But Carr like literally showed me how to show up. I don't care how I was feeling. I remember Mr. Consolis, that was my first period teacher my senior year. I don't care how I was feeling. He always made me like be me. He always like kind of reminded me like whatever's going on, this is just is happening in this moment. And he will always kind of snap me out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
not only him, but it was multiple like people in the building. Mr. Jalou, T. Howard, who's still there. My cheer coach at the time, but no matter what corner you turned in car, somebody was always like putting hands on you.
Yes.
And I didn't fully understand it until, I became an adult myself. But yeah, so that's a little bit like about the impact that I experienced at car. Everybody always had their hands on you. Everybody knew your mama. Everybody knew who was a cheerleader. Everybody knew like who to go to and who to call, like in
Yes.
moments of everything. So
Yes, everybody looked out for each other, and I can definitely attest to that. And when I got to car, I came from the other side of the river, so I came to car not knowing anybody, and I
mhm.
left on a chilling team. I left feeling that energy, that love, that community, and even going to the championship game that I went to. That was my first
Mhm.
game. I think my second game since I graduated in 2012, and it's just like I missed this. It felt like I've been doing it. I haven't stopped going because the energy is felt, the love is there, and I love how you
Mhm.
said it taught you how to show up in every room. And it ties us back to the conversation we were talking about in the beginning when you said, you're showing up in every room because you believe that you're supposed to be there. And it's amazing how even just car helped you to develop that as the woman you are in
Mhm.
2025, and now you're able to pour that into your students here in 2025. So I just think that's really, really amazing. So let me ask you, how do you encourage your children? When I say children, I'm talking about your students. How do you
Mhm.
encourage your students to show up like you said car taught you to show up?
Um, So a lot of what I teach them are in real time. They always laughing at me because I always tell them, "Oh, I love a teachable moment." I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like for them to learn in real time. So a lot of what you see on camera is like background relationships. So like a lot of the kids, when they see the camera out, of course they come and say, "Hey, camera, whatever." But a lot of my kids stop by and really show me love because we've had a moment before.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime they're going through like distress or something at school, I take that time and kind of show them like you're not the only person going through this. Uh like if one of my girls are having like relationship issues, I would tie it back to me and my husband. I'm like, girl, we was just fussing too. Let me tell you
Mm-hmm.
why we was fussing. So I'm always kind of just giving them real life situations and letting them know that one, you're not the only one. Two, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be solution oriented. Yeah, get in your feelings, feel however you feeling, but let's work through it. So it's just kind of giving them um real life situations and real life how to deal with it. And Yeah, you 15 and I'm 34, but it's life is revolving.
Yes.
If you don't know how to handle it now, you're not gonna know how to handle it in 2 years, in 10 years, in 12 years. So let's tackle it right now. But a lot of what they get from me is just like real life in the moment. If you walk in my room and don't say good morning, I'm sending you back out the room because it's like to walk in the room and say good morning. So I
Yes.
know those things are gonna stick with them. That's just it's just real life things. It's outside of 1+1 =2.
Uh-huh.
We molding real life citizens that's gonna go into the world and be people.
I love that. And I just want to talk on one more thing about you being an educator, because I do want us to
Mhm,
focus on you as the woman as well. But one thing, excuse me, that I've been thinking about, because I'm really big into just watching like football and stuff right now. And I'm
mhm,
watching like Shador Sanders. And I really watch these people because I love the story. Just the journalist
mhm,
in me loves the story. And I was thinking about something yesterday, and I want to talk to some coaches, but I know that you're around a lot of the football players. And one
mhm.
thing I know is a lot of the football players, just in general, football players, especially when they grow up playing football, the dream is to go to the NFL. But the reality is that's not the reality for
For
majority
everybody.
of
Right.
football players. So I want to know, and I don't know if this is, well, I can ask you because like I said, you're around football players. How are you helping prepare them for life outside of football? Because like I said, the reality is a lot of people don't go to the league, or a lot of people don't even go to play college football. Or they do, they get hurt, and then when football stops, it's like they don't know what to do. So as an educator, are you helping them with that?
Absolutely, but not even as an educator, just as a person.
Yes.
As a person, and it's so funny because we always talk about that at car because our little football players like little celebrities,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so a lot of people don't see them as kids. Um, and a lot of that weight on them, a lot of that weight on them, a lot. But again, they're kids, so you're gonna see like the distress, you're gonna see the frustration, you're gonna see the confusion. And a part of who I am and like the people that I surround myself with, you don't necessarily have to say it out your mouth for me to address it. So if I had one player this year, we communicated just strictly off of looks. And he would look at me, he'll be like, "You all right today?" And I'd be like, "Nah, I'm not all right today." And so he'll give me a hug, he'll be like, "I love you, it's gonna get better." But then I would see him another day and I would be like, "You got sad eyes today, what's up?" And he'll tell me whatever is going on, like this is going on, woo woo. But that is just creating rapport with our students.
Yes.
And even outside of football, we know our students that's homeless. We know our students that's struggling to eat. We know our students that need new pants but not saying nothing. So it's just about being observant. It's about being a servant. It's about being godlike. Um, and it's about doing what you would want someone to do for you or your children. I always tell my school children the reason why I don't mind buying school pants, school shoes, snacks, whatever. Because one thing about it, when you see Harmony or Serenity Davis, you're going to say, "Oh, you Miss Davis' daughter. Let me take care of you." So I'm literally just paying it forward.
Yes.
But to get back to your actual question, I'm sorry. To get back to your actual question, yes, we absolutely help our football players through like the real life of
Mm-hmm.
things. Like we kind of dealing with that right now. The big story was we signed 15 D1 athletes for signing day. In actuality, we have about 35 seniors. So what about those other 15 or 20 seniors that didn't sign that day? So it's a lot of picking their heads up, letting them know this is not the end. All right, so what else are you good at? Which brings me to real quick, my class, I teach ACT prep, but inside of my class, I create a scrapbook. Um, and for a long time at the old car, we did scrapbooks, but the
Yes.
scrapbook is meant to like bring out everything about you. So I love when my football players do it because they think that the scrapbook gonna be all about football.
Mm-hmm.
when in actuality, my quarterback just found out that he loved to cook. He gonna cook me some pasta. So those kind of things just bring out who they are, and we just kind of push them to know that like you more than a football player, you more than number one, number seven, number eight, number 10. Um, and that's our message to them literally every day.
I love that. I love that, and that's gonna push us into you as a woman. Like you
Hmm.
told the football players, y'all are more than football players. I'm saying to you, you're more than an educator. You're more than a mom. You're more than every title you own. So who
Hmm.
are you as Derenique?
Listen, child. That's such a great question. Who am I? I'm competitive. I'm empathetic. I'm loving. I'm loyal. I'm a giver. I'm a servant. It makes me happy to see like other people happy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm just a servant of God. That's what I am. I'm a
I
servant of
love
God.
that. And how are you showing up for you so that your daughters see how you're showing up for yourself? And when I came spoke with the cheerleaders through my nonprofit Love Thine Self, I asked a question to the girls. I can't remember what question I asked them. And
Hmm.
Harmony was the first one to answer. All the other girls, the big girls,
What
was
is
quiet.
confidence? That's what you
What
ask.
I asked, what is confidence? And I haven't posted it. I need to post my content. But
Hmm.
Harmony, she spoke up. She was telling us what confidence was, and I was just sitting there in admiration because she's what 6'5"? How old is she?
7 now. She
Seven.
was 6 at the time.
Six
Yeah.
at the time, and for her to have that confidence to even just speak up and say that in front of a crowd is amazing, and she even cheers in front of big
Hmm.
crowds and things like that. But back to the question, how do you show up for you so that your daughters see that and then they gain that confidence and to be able to show up for themselves?
Um, I think I show up for me by standing up for me.
Mm,
Um, that's one thing that I think my daughters also know. Like, I don't play about not standing up for yourself. Um, because you deserve to be where you are, and you deserve to be treated with respect, and you deserve to to get all of those positive vibes, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, and how I display that is just, I think, by showing confidence. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really a great question, Angel. I think just by showing confidence and walking, I feel like my answers are the same, but walking in every room confidently, walking in the room like I deserve to be there, not scared. Um, Knowing what I know in my brain. That's what she said confidence was, Harmony. And even when I don't know, I'm never afraid to ask people. So like all of these things I'm modeling in real time for them. And I think that's how I'm showing up best for them, because I always remember that children model what they see. So you could
Yes.
tell children whatever you want to tell them. But the moment you do something, they're gonna do it behind you. And
Yes.
when I had daughters, I kind of realized that I was going through a rough patch one time, and I started to write down in the moments as I was feeling, however I was feeling. I started to write down how I was feeling, and from that, I birthed the book, and the book was to my daughters. So like earlier, you said something, and it was actually one of the titles in my book. Do It Scared.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the titles of one of the short chapters. So it's very short chapters. They're like 1 or 2 pages, but I think it's things to get through life. I wrote this around the time that DC Young Fly's girlfriend died.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if anything ever happened to me, like what would I want you to know? And so I made a book of all the things that I would want them to know. And that was one of the things, like you said. But I think modeling, to answer your question, is just modeling what I want them to be. Like when I look at them 10 years from now, I want to know that I set that foundation. So you know what confidence is, you know what
Yes.
integrity is, you know what accountability is. So just modeling and constantly reminding them.
Yes, and I always say children do what they see, not what they're told.
Hmm.
And we're not gonna skate past the fact that you're an author. So tell us where we could get this book from. Let us know.
You could get the book from Amazon. In my Instagram bio, I have my Linktree app. My Instagram is Teacher Davis 4400. You could get the book from there. But the book is so special because it's not only about what I think. I designed the book for you as a parent to add your own little twist and your own pages. So I believe the book is maybe a good 40 pages, and then 10 or 15 of the pages in the back is meant for Angel. If Angel buys the book and wants to gift it to her daughter, these are some extra things that I want you to know. So, but yeah, the book came about in 2023, August 31st, which is my birthday, 2023. I published that, and it just came out of hard times.
I love that. Y'all make sure y'all get the book. And also these sweaters. When are the sweaters gonna be available?
The sweaters are now available. Again, in my Linktree link in Instagram bio, you can find the sweaters via Payhip. The sweaters are $25. And yeah, check it out online, y'all. I have them available. The official drop is coming at the top of the year, but for my people that just want to support, I do have some available.
And wait, you have something else that you have. I'm telling it all. So you have other businesses too. Wait, you have the custom signs, right?
Yeah, so I do yard signs. I'm kind of getting away from the yard signs because I've been focusing on my content creation a little bit more and collaborating. But I do still do yard signs for the time being. So like happy birthday, um, happy Valentine's Day, happy anniversary, any special occasions, baby showers, birthdays, whatever you could think of. I be in my bag, Angel. She coming back, y'all. She just had a technical difficulty. She'll be back. All right. Well, while I'm waiting on Angel, I'm Teacher Davis. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Teacher Davis 4400. It's a lot of content of just what I do at school and um all things education. ACT prep, show off a lot of school culture. Um, at the top of the year, I will be launching a business that bridges the gap between education and social media, just trying to show educators and administrations how to increase the culture and how to navigate culture in the school through social media. So y'all check me out. Again, my TikTok is Teacher Davis 4400 and my Instagram is Teacher Davis 4400. Okay, well, while we're here and we're waiting on Angel, check out at the car boys basketball. Right now, they're like 10-0. So, so make sure y'all check them out. Um, I think we're gonna have a good year this year. Yep. And the football team just won a state championship. Um, of course, I'm gonna cover the ring ceremony. The rings were really big last year. Shout out to all of my St. Aug followers. Shout out to the St. Aug viewers. It's all love. It's all love. Shout out to my husband and make down to 35. It's loading. She's almost back. Just stay tuned. Thank you for everybody that stayed with us. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. All right, y'all. So again, if you're just tuning in to Love Talk, I am Darren Davis, also known as Teacher Davis 4400 on social media. We were having an amazing interview. However, Angel's technology defaulted in some kind of way, and I have to close out the show. Look at that. Um, just a recap about what we talked about. We talked about who I am as an educator. We talked about how do I carry the load at having all of these different titles, and just how I keep inspiring and impacting the students that I touch every day. It was interesting. I loved it. I was nervous. And I thank Angel for this opportunity to get on and talk about what I do as an educator and as a mom. Make sure y'all check out my sweaters, my merch, and my book, and all of the other things that I have coming out. If you want to keep up with me on social media, follow me at Teacher Davis 4400 on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, all of that. So it's the same at again is Teacher Davis at Teacher Davis 4400, all one word. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, last episode of the year of Love Talk. And I hope I did Angel some justice. I'm not Angel, but we'll see y'all later.